what's going on, y'all? T-Bob here.
And Jake as well.
And you're about to watch a little OTB LSU.
We're going to give you all the latest, greatest between LSU football, baseball, women's basketball, softball, and everything in between.
Bottom line, if you want to talk Tigers, keep it locked, subscribe, like it, and we hope you enjoy it. Jarvis Landry went on the Rich Eisen show, and he offered up an LSU wide receiver, Mount Everest. And LSU being wide receiver you, Jake, I think this is actually a very rich topic in terms of the arguments that can be had. And I want to put together an OTB. We may not all agree that it would be our personal list, but I want to put together a consensus LSU wide receiver, Mount Everest. Jarvis said Odell Beckham, Jamar. Yes.
Mount Rushmore.
What did I say? Mount Everest?
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever. Mount Rushmore.
I get you.
Yeah. He didn't know where either one's located.
I didn't even catch that.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Everybody knows what you're talking about. A mountain with like rankings.
Yeah.
Odell Beckham. This is Jarvis's. Odell Beckham, Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, Malik Neighbors. Bit recency bias there, for sure. Also, I actually probably would have put Jarvis over Odell. And I want to do this strictly off college, not NFL.
Right.
I thought Jarvis was a better college player than Odell was. I think he put up better overall numbers, and he had the signature moments. I mean, he had the Arkansas catches that straight up won you games.
Yeah.
Like, I think that, I think Jarvis would go on mine over Odell, but I don't think Jarvis actually makes it on mine. Jake, I'll allow you to start. Give me one guaranteed name on your LSU wide receiver
I'm
mountain.
giving you one guaranteed name, maybe Justin Jefferson.
That's crazy because he didn't end up on mine.
That's crazy.
He wasn't the number one on the team that he was on.
I feel like he was.
Over Jamar Chase?
I would agree with Jake.
You would go Jefferson over Chase.
I thought that Jefferson was better in
The
college.
biggest
and he's
play,
better now.
the biggest play in the regular season
I gotta agree.
was Justin Jefferson.
Now, I would say Jefferson has the 2 years, which also helps his case here, versus Chase really having the, 2019 was his truly transcendent year. Okay, so already a little bit of, I did not expect that. I thought Chase was going to be a lock here. So we're going Jefferson over Chase on the OTB list. My first pick has to be Malik Neighbors. He just broke all the records.
Yeah.
And I know that there's not a championship team that he's going to be tied to, and that sucks, but he did lead to a Heisman, and he should have won a Biletnikoff, and he broke all the records. So I think Malik Neighbors has to be on there. Jefferson on there. Taylor, your pick.
Can't believe he didn't win the Biletnikoff.
I'm going to go Josh Reed. That was the one guy that, stands out there. But we just mentioned the other day his record that may not ever be broken of 19 catches in one game against Alabama. Yeah. He was kind of the first. I mean, when you think of, LSU wide receivers, but we don't want to be too recent, like Josh Reed's the name that pops up. Like, he has to be on this list.
Yep, I agree. I had him on mine. And then, so I had Neighbors, Reed, Chase. We now have, are we all in agreement on Neighbors, Reed, Jefferson?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you go Dwayne Bowe?
Oh, my gosh.
Michael
I'm
Clayton
sitting here and I'm looking. Like just Wendell Davis, Eric Martin, Michael Clayton, JoJo LaFell, Dwayne Bowe, Buster Davis, Jamar Chase.
I mean, do we go Chase? There's a lot on there, dude. The conversation continues to evolve here. So we're definitely, I would say with a bullet, we're definitely putting Reed and Neighbors on.
Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll see if that changes.
But
I don't think so.
I want to fight. I want to fight for somebody that I don't think is going to make it, but I want it to be known that I fought for this person.
Okay. I feel like, okay.
That is my former teammate, Dwayne Bowe.
See, yeah, I knew.
We talked about that a little bit during the break.
Dwayne Bowe, all-time touchdown leader with 26. Second to him, JoJo LaFell at 25. Jefferson 3 with 24. Tied actually third with Brian Thomas Jr. And then Jamar Chase has 23.
Hold on real quick. Brian Burgess, do you know who the first to conquer Everest was? Yes, it was Sir Edmund Hillary from New Zealand. Anyway.
I do not know.
So you're saying from a pure numbers perspective, Bo deserves to be on this list.
I just feel like he was so consistent.
Mm-hmm.
He's 8th in yards, 1 in touchdowns, big play after big play after big play.
A lot of big game-winning touchdown plays from Dwayne Bowe. This is true.
Alabama on the road in Tuscaloosa, top 7 matchup. They were undefeated at the time. We beat them in overtime. D'Amico Ryans, Roman Harper, that crew. feel like Debo needs to be him and Michael Clayton. Like those are two guys that need to be mentioned that probably because of recency bias won't fall onto it.
I mean, yeah, if you look at my document, in my 4th slot, I literally have Michael Clayton / Dwayne Bowe.
Oh.
But the thing is, I didn't mean it like that. I just meant like we're simpatico there.
Oh, he has it Mount Everest on the dock too.
It is. It's all
Like multiple
it's Mount
times.
Everest all over the dock. Oh,
Didn't
that's
even
so
think
funny,
about
dude. All right.
It's
But
an easy mistake to make.
I do
in your
feel like,
defense.
hold on, I do feel like we have to revisit the Chase and Jefferson stuff too, though.
Yeah.
I don't think that says with the bullet. I mean, are we really going to keep a Biletnikoff winner off of it?
Yeah.
Are we going to put somebody who didn't win the Biletnikoff over the guy who did on the same team?
So
Or
look,
the guy who caught, 23 touchdowns, 19 yards a catch? And they both had huge moments, but nobody was bigger in that national championship than was Jamar Chase.
Yeah, I agree.
true.
I know.
I just look at it like I thought Jefferson had a little bit better hands. I could count on him to never drop a pass. Not to say that Jamar had hand issues or anything like that. Every critical 3rd down in that entire season, Justin Jefferson was the guy you went to. He could beat you vertical. He could beat you across the middle. Now, Chase had better numbers, but he was just your deep threat guy, right? I mean, you were throwing it to him more deep down the field. He was your 50-50. I thought Roundtree was better. I thought he had better hands. I thought he was a more complete receiver.
Take Roundtree and shove it up your ass, Taylor.
I mean,
I think that you had an okay argument when you were talking about maybe the moments. Because
every big moment at
3rd and
LSU
19,
that year involves Justin Jefferson in some
Well,
way.
that's not true. The national championship was Jamar Chase taking over on those
God, I
deep
almost
routes
wanna-
that you're
I
trying to
almost-
both need
spare.
to be
I
on
know.
it.
I almost want to put both on there, but we're just trying to find spaces. Like Wendell Davis was a 2-time All-American SEC Player of the Year.
Yeah, and he can't be blamed that he played in a time where his numbers won't stack up.
Right.
Yeah.
Because you have to
Less
judge him
games,
against his peers.
different time, different offenses.
If you go look at Wendell Davis, like when he left LSU, he was number 1 in
Yeah.
every
That's
single
what I'm
category.
saying. So does he need to be up here?
I
And
don't
then
like
who
this.
goes?
Well, but that's why we're doing the Mount Everest so that again more people fit on it.
Nope. Only 4.
Okay, I think
Still only
Jamar
4.
Chase needs to be in it.
I would go Chase over Jefferson.
I don't know. I can't.
I don't know if I'd put him over Jefferson. I think
The
they
biggest
both
moment
should
of
be
that
on it.
year,
You can't
the
keep-
biggest moment was 3rd and 17 in Austin.
Yep.
And it was Jets.
You
Well,
can't keep a Biletnikoff winner off the list, though.
What game do you think of, too? You think of Oklahoma, and that was you're like, oh, when were they the most dominant? That was Justin Jefferson there as well. I mean, every big moment, the biggest ones you think of outside of the Natty, I get it, but
I just don't agree with this assertion that all the biggest moments are Jefferson.
Hey, I'll back your argument because I think one thing that we forget about with Jamar Chase, he really played 1 year. So when we're talking about all-time stats, right, we're talking about
he's not
going to
have the career numbers like a Neighbors.
If he would have played that last year, right, the COVID year, he would have all the records.
Yeah, that's probably true.
So, like, now that we're kind of peeling back the layers, I can agree with you there where very limited time. Because in 2018, he played, but he was a true freshman. It was in the red zone. And he was such a physical freak that's the reason that he plays. Because, like, hey, in the red area, like, we're just going to put him out there and we're just going to, like, jump ball, right? Because he was still learning the offense. He didn't have another year to really not pad his stats, but add to them.
Is there a world where Malik Neighbors gets left off this list?
Not in my world.
Okay.
He's the all-time leader.
Yeah.
3,000. There's only 2 players ever that have over 3,000. It's him and Josh Reed.
Okay, so him and Reed definitely on. Some either Chase or Jefferson. We can't have both. And then it's got to be Bo, Clayton, or Wendell Davis. Right?
Yeah.
We got to respect some modicum of history here. This hurts. That's why these Mount Everest conversations are so painful.
You just buy it into the bit.
You gotta cut your loves. CB Allen says, I've been lobbying for juice. John Gaines says no juice. I know, bro. I told you I would put Jarvis or Odell, but unfortunately, I don't think either one makes
Jarvis
this list.
Jarvis is 19th in career yards, only 15 touchdowns. Like
He
a
had
guy
to be
like
up there in catches, huh?
not really, 137.
Damn, that's
So
crazy.
Jarvis is 13th. Buster Davis is 12.
Yeah, and you know those guys are really good, but also they played in offenses that weren't very exciting. But like again, the Wendell Davis 2-time All-American. What other receivers that we're debating? Is Dwayne Bowe a 2-time All-American? He might be. I don't mean that like he's not. I'm saying let's look that up. Taylor, get on that. And then what about Michael Clayton? I mean, key part of the Natty, or a receiver that was as much of a great blocker. Even though look, he'd make no mistake, he was an excellent pass catcher, but just a dominant blocker.
You want to know a guy that will not even get his name really mentioned in this, but is literally like almost top 5 in everything is JoJo LaFell.
Really?
He's second all time in touchdowns.
What?
Second with 25.
Dwayne Bowe, not a 2-time All-American.
One time,
2006, his final year.
JoJo's 6th all time in yards.
I mean, JoJo definitely deserves to be mentioned. I think JoJo's right there with Jarvis and Odell on the outside looking in club.
Yeah. This is not fun. I don't like this.
Wow, Jake, what incredible takes.
I mean, those guys, they're just the best.
I think so. And if you think so, again, hit the like button, subscribe, ring the bell so you get notifications when we post every single day here on OTB LSU.